You ever think about what you think about? What I mean by this is our beliefs shape our lives. They're the colored lenses that we see the world through. And how we think about things is really important. It dictates the entire way that we live our lives, how we think, how we act, and how we feel. In this video, I'm going to explain the two mindsets that determine these beliefs, why they're important, and what we can do about changing them. The fixed mindset is someone who believes that their traits are fixed, their habits are fixed, who they are is who they are, it's set in stone. They couldn't change if they tried. This is dangerous because if we don't believe that we can change, that there's no point of even trying. We just roll over, live our lives, and let people walk all over us. Things are how they are. Another key trait of the fixed mindset is that we judge our performance based on the result and not on the process or the effort put into that. People with a fixed mindset tend to harshly judge themselves, they judge others, and their ego is really attached to the outcome of the situation because they believe that it determines their worth. We've all been there. I go through this all the time myself. A product of the fixed mindset is that little voice that you hear in your head when you do something wrong. That, oh, you suck. Oh, you'll never get this right. Oh, this is too hard. That voice is a liar. It's just the fixed mindset. And you have the ability to change it. And here's why. The second mindset is the growth mindset. Being growth oriented, believing simply we can change with focused time, effort, and determination. A key trait of the growth mindset is that we look for challenges because humans thrive off challenges. They're always seeking feedback. They're not insecure about their shortcomings or their mistakes because they know that they can learn from them and grow. Now, why is this important? As I said before, people are going to be less likely to try something if they don't think that they'll ever become better. But with the growth mindset, they'll understand that if they just apply themselves, be patient, focused, disciplined, and determined to reach their goals, that the only thing stopping them is their own head. And the only thing separating them is time. Now, I recently started reading this book called Mindset by Carol Dweck, and it's really helped me develop my growth mindset. So today I want to walk you guys through an exercise from this book that really helped me and I think will help you too. And after I read this example, I'll give a personal example of myself so that we can apply it to trading. So this section is called the number one draft choice. Now imagine you're a promising quarterback. In fact, you're the winner of the Heisman Trophy, college football's highest award. You're the top draft pick of the Philadelphia Eagles, the team you've always dreamed of playing for. So what's the dilemma? The pressure is overwhelming. You yearn for playing time in the games, but every time they put you in a game to try you out, you turn anxious and lose your focus. You were always cool under pressure, but this is the pros. Now, all you see are giant guys coming toward you. 1,200 pounds of giant guys who want to take you apart. Giant guys who move faster than you ever thought possible. You feel cornered, helpless. The fixed mindset reaction. You torture yourself with the idea that a quarterback is a leader and you're no leader. How could you ever inspire the confidence of your teammates when you can't get your act together to throw a good pass or scramble for a few yards? To make things worse, the sportscasters keep asking, what happened to the boy wonder? To minimize the humiliation, you begin to keep to yourself and to avoid the sportscasters. You disappear into the locker room right after the game. Whoa, is this a recipe for success? What steps could you take to make things better? Think about the resources at your disposal and how you could use them. But first, get your mindset turned around. The growth mindset step. In the growth mindset, you tell yourself that the switch to professionals is a huge step, one that takes a lot of adjustment and a lot of learning. There are many things you couldn't possibly know yet, and that you'd better start finding them out. You try to spend more time with the veteran quarterbacks, asking them questions and watching tapes with them. Instead of hiding your insecurities, you talk about how different it is from college. They, in turn, tell you that's exactly how they felt. In fact, they share their humiliating stories with you too. You ask them what they did to overcome the initial difficulties, and they teach you their mental and physical techniques. As you begin to feel more integrated into the team, you realize you're part of an organization that wants to help you grow, not judge and belittle you. Rather than worrying that they overpaid for your talent, you begin to give them their money's worth of incredibly hard work and team spirit. So let's break this down, and I'll give you examples of how I relate to this. So the Heisman winner, they get drafted by their dream team. So for me, I'm a trader. I'm obviously not a football player, and I have my dream job. I work for Tricktrades. I do what I love every single day. The dilemma, the pressure is overwhelming. They tend to make mistakes and they get anxious. Now, the way I make mistakes is messing up trades, not being disciplined, not following my plan, or just simply taking a red trade because it doesn't work. Instantly, those thoughts start coming in like, oh, you're worthless. Oh, you suck. Oh, you didn't follow your plan. You're such an idiot. Will you ever get this? You've been doing this for so long. Will you ever get this? And no matter how long we've been doing this, we'll always have those thoughts. But the thing is, we can get better at dealing with them. We can coach ourselves into identifying those thoughts and being constructive with them and understanding that our thoughts aren't necessarily the reality. That voice is just the fixed mindset. The first sentence is, you torture yourself with the idea. That's all that is. They're just ideas. They're not the reality. So the second thing, to make matters worse, they begin to avoid their sportscasters. They just keep to themselves, pretend like the problem doesn't exist. I literally just did this last week. So I didn't have the best trades. I took 2 red trades in a row. I didn't feel like I traded them to the best of my ability, and that's what really bothered me, not necessarily that they were red trades. And I didn't put out my trade recaps on YouTube like I always do. No matter how bad they've been, no matter how great they've been, how low I feel afterwards, that's my way of sharing my lessons to you guys. And when I don't share them, I'm letting myself down. I feel like I'm letting you guys down too. And it really just makes matters worse. It's a downward spiral. I feel like when I post those recaps, it really just helps me reset. It helps me get out all that negative energy that builds up inside of me. Because all that is natural. It's not, I mean, yeah, there's external factors like diet, not getting exercise, definitely makes that voice louder. And I'll get into that in a different video. But for the most part, all that is just part of our human nature. Because we hold ourselves to such a high standard. Now, the growth mindset step. What does this person do? The quarterback, they're reaching out for help. They're not keeping it all in here. They're seeking people who've been in their shoes before, and they're learning how they dealt with the same problems. Because we all have been through the same problems. And that's one reason why Tricktrades is so valuable, of having hundreds of traders who've been in your shoes before and are willing to share what they've done to overcome those challenges and what they continue to do. Now, let's be honest, most people don't understand trading. When you talk to them about it, it's one ear right out the other. They most likely think you're gambling. But being in a community of like-minded individuals who are all doing the same thing, they understand your problems and they want to help you. Trust me, they want to help. So for me personally, working with Pat, and simply when I have a problem, of just being honest about it in chat and talking about it and not just keeping to myself about it, that's how I've learned my best lessons, because other people have made those same mistakes. And one, I feel like part of the human condition is just forgetting all the time, and being able to remember that, no, I'm not some failure, I'm just learning. And that right there, that can turn down the decibels on that little negative voice. It can really just help us be more compassionate with ourselves and even more excited, because when we constantly are getting that positive feedback of, hey, it's okay to make mistakes, learn from them and move on, then learning and making mistakes and challenging ourselves, it becomes a fun game. I love trading, and it's arguably one of the hardest professions. Not physically, but psychologically, man, it's warfare. It's warfare. And that's one of the key things that I'm trying to do with these videos. I'm trying to share with you my mental and physical techniques that I use to cope with these things that help me along on my journey. And I know that you apply them, they're going to help you too. As a member of Tricktrades, you're part of an organization. It's a whole living, breathing thing. A bunch of like-minded individuals looking to help each other grow and thrive, really. We're not judging you. We're not belittling you. Now, tying back to what I was talking to before, the fixed mindset, they're not very open to receiving criticism. Or when they do, it's perceived through that negative lens. So they see it as, this person's just attacking me. This person's being so rude. No, we just want to help you. And we've been there before. Sometimes it may come off wrong, but I promise you that we always have your best interests at heart. So that's the lesson for this book. Again, Mindset by Carol Dweck. You can find it where all books are sold, and I got this off Amazon. And I would love some feedback. If you enjoyed me sharing the lessons directly from the source, let me know in the comments and I'll happily keep doing these. Don't think that I'm some person that's coming up with all these ideas myself. I'm learning from people who have been there before me, just like the growth mindset. So I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I'll catch you on the next one.